Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we're going to have a cup of coffee and we're going to talk about goals for 2022. Ew. I was kind of shocked that we're at this point where it was time to start thinking about goals, and I just went, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this. So I set some. I took some time, I really took time to kind of think about these. And as I was kind of thinking of some, I would write them down. I canceled out a few that I had thought about. I was just like, no. And this all kind of stemmed from the fact that towards the end of this year, I had posted a video about my end of the year TBR, and it was trying to catch up on my goals. It was, I have all these books that I haven't read yet, and I want to reach my goals, so I'm going to put these all on my TBR, and it was too much, guys. It was way too much, and I couldn't do it. And not that I couldn't, I probably could have, but I really found myself not being in the mood to read some of those books, therefore I didn't. Which is really interesting because I've usually been such a structured reader. I would pick a TBR and I would read from those books. And I wouldn't mood read a whole lot, even though I have been saying for a long time that all I want to do is give myself, the freedom to mood read. And I still kind of wasn't really doing that. And because I was concentrating on just those books that I was talking about, caused me to kind of not enjoy what I was reading because I was trying to read things I wasn't in the mood for, which was interesting. So I had to listen to myself. It caused me to DNF a book for now. And I put the other books back and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about them. It's fine. They're not going to get read right now. And the world is still going to turn tomorrow. So this experience kind of made me rethink some of my goals and the way that I was setting them, and caused me to take a little bit of a different angle on my goals for next year. And yeah, I'm excited about it. So this year, instead of making a list of certain books I want to read or certain authors that I want to read or certain series that I want to read, I'm not going to do that. I have picked a few areas of books physically in my house that I want to work on, and I'll explain why in a second. So I've just picked a couple of areas okay, I want to focus on these types of books. I want to focus on these types of books. That way I'm making some progress. I'm making some room in my house, and I still have a plethora of books to choose from. So I'm still mood reading. Even if I'm picking from books that fit kind of a category, I'm still able to pick whatever I want because there's a ton of books on there. There's a ton of different categories on there. I can pick what I want. And so I think that's going to help me for sure. And I want to just be more free to just pick up whatever I'm feeling at the moment, because I've been doing that a little bit here and there and I've really enjoyed it. And I've never lost my joy of reading, but I have started to really feel that I'm making it a chore for myself, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm going to definitely be mood reading and being very, very loose in my reading plans along the way, and really not making any reading plans. I just kind of want to pick up whatever I want whenever I want, because that's what reading is, right? We can just pick up whatever whenever. So I am going to do that next year. Okay, so let's talk about these specific goals. I have a few. So first one is my Goodreads goal, which I always set at 100. That's realistic for me. I'm going to hit 100 this year for sure before the end of the year. And I think next year should be easy for me to do as well. If I find myself getting super far behind, I'll just change it. It's not a big deal. I don't care if I read 100 books or not. It is nice to hit that goal by the end of the year or hit that number, but it's not life-changing for me. I'm just going to set it at what I normally do, which is 100. Okay, so let's talk about the areas in my house that I want to concentrate on. Now, these are by no means the only books I'm going to read next year, but I want them to be a focus, and I want to be pulling from these specific shelves regularly, because all 4 of these areas in my house are full. Almost overflowing. So I want to make them a priority because I keep all these books together for very specific reasons, which I'll go through. And I know that more books are going to be coming in for those specific areas. And that is something I want to make sure when new books do come in, I have room for them. And I'm not toppling anything over or anything like that. So there's 4 specific shelves. 3 of them are carts. and one of them is an actual shelf. So the first one is my book of the month shelf. I recently did a book of the month TBR tour for you guys. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below, but I showed you my shelf and showed you all the books that I have from book of the month that is on my TBR. It's a lot. And I know that I'm going to keep getting them because I am a subscriber. I have worked with them a couple times now. I hope that they continue to ask me to. We'll see how it goes. But I know that there's going to be more books coming in from them regardless because I'm a subscriber and I'm keeping my subscription. So that's happening. I want to make sure I'm pulling from there a little bit more regularly and reading some of those books. And I'm going to take some of those suggestions that you guys gave me from that video about which ones I should probably pick up first. And I'm going to probably try to pick those up first. So that's going to be one area that I really want to focus on, is just kind of making sure I consistently keep room for the new books coming in every month. The second area is my review cart. I have a 3-tiered rolling cart where I keep all of the books that have been sent to me from publishers. Every single one. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. If a publisher sent it to me, it's on that cart. That one's overflowing. I have books on the floor next to it. So that's one that I definitely want to make sure I am making a priority. And I want to do that not only by reading in the new arcs that are coming into me so that I can review them and tell you guys about them, especially if they are most anticipated reads for me. So that's one thing that I want to do, is to read my review books and to read the arcs that I'm getting. But I also need to concentrate on some of the backlist on that cart as well, because that's the bulk of it. I am getting new releases, which is great, but I don't have, an overwhelming number at all for next year. I have some, but I have mostly backlist. So I need to work on that backlist and try to read some of those off the cart. And my only goal for that by the end of the year is just to not have any overflow. So even if it's full, that's fine. I just don't want to have overflow on it. But I would like to get to a point where I do have some wiggle room in there so that when new stuff is, coming in, that it's fine. Another area is another cart. And that is my Christmas book exchange cart, which is something we are currently doing with me and my friends. We are doing Christmas book exchange unwrappings on here. If you guys haven't seen those videos, I'll leave a link down below. We have a couple of them up already. And this is something we do every year. And we'll do it again next year. So I need to make some room on that cart for next year's books, which is my goal. Now, that cart is full because we've done this project for a couple of years now. So all the books that my friends have sent me for that project are on this cart, and it's full, guys. It's full. I have 2 books and I have 2 books sitting on top. So a little bit of an overflow there. They're not on the floor, but they are on top of the cart where they shouldn't be. So that's another area that I want to concentrate on. And plus, my friends took the time and their money to buy these books for me and send them to me, and I want to make sure I'm reading them. And I'm so excited for all the books that are on that cart. Like, it doesn't matter what year they were sent. I'm super excited to read them all. So I need to make sure I'm doing that. And that's going to be another concentration for me. The fourth one is another cart. I have 3 carts. I do. And they are all full. And this one is all the books that were gifted to me from my subscribers. That cart is full, and it's got 2 books sitting on top of it. So that one is full as well. And while I don't add to that cart as often as like the publisher one or book of the month or whatever, I do add to it, and that's why it's full. So I need to make some room on that as well, because every so often I get a book from you guys and I really want to make sure that I have room for it and that it's good. And these books that you guys have sent me have all been from my wish list. So obviously I want to read them, right? Like, you guys, I've got to do that. And every time I look at that card, I get so happy because I think about you guys and just your generosity and that you want me to experience these books that you have loved as well. And it's sometimes overwhelming looking at it, but I definitely want to read these books and, just make sure that you guys know that I appreciate them and I'm not taking anything for granted on that. And so that is going to be another one that is going to be a focus for me as well. Those are it for the areas that I really want to make sure I focus on for next year. By no means will it be the only areas I'm reading from, but I definitely want to make them kind of a little bit more of a majority and just making physical like dents in these shelves that I can see. I can see the progress. Obviously, I'll be reading from my regular shelves as well. That's not going to be a problem. But I definitely want to, concentrate on those things because those are all books that are so important to me. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing them justice, giving them some love. I think having those areas have big concentrations are going to help because I have so many different genres and age ranges and authors. Like there's a lot for me to choose from. So I can easily mood read that way very, very easily. So that's exciting. And that's it as far as like the reading goes, because like I said, I want to keep my reading plans very loose. I don't really want to make any reading plans. I think the only things I'm going to be like, okay, I need to read this kind of in this time frame is going to be my arcs that I get and my 5-star predictions for book lists, which we are continuing. Very excited about it. Will not give that up for anything. But that's still a little bit of a mood reading for me because, we're only going to pick 3 books and we're going to do it every other month. So it's a little bit of a shorter time frame. So I think that's going to help, with the mood reading as well, because I can pick what I'm in the mood for and I'm going to read them fairly quickly. So it'll be good. And anything else is just going to pop up whenever. I will have book club stuff too coming up. And, buddy reads. I want to get back to buddy reading again. I haven't really been doing that a whole lot lately. And I do want to get back to that as well. But I want to keep those kind of up in the air too. Like I don't want to plan anything out too far ahead. Like I just don't want to plan so much. I want to just read. Okay, as far as other goals that kind of have to do with this channel, I want to be better about responding to comments. And I say this all the time, guys, and I don't know why I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad about responding to you guys. And I know that it's something I need to set time aside for specifically. And I just need to do it. And I don't know why I don't. And I really struggle with feeling guilty about that because you guys are the reason I have a channel. If you weren't here, I wouldn't be here, and the fact that you guys take time out of your day to watch me yammer on about books and spend time with me like that and take the time to comment, like I watch a lot of videos and I don't make comments all that often. I need to do that more too. I need to start commenting on people's videos that I'm watching so that they know I'm watching. So that's another thing I need to work on. But commenting is going to be a big thing because I want to make sure I'm responding to you guys and make sure that you know that I'm here and that I hear you and I see you and I'm reading your comments. I read every single one. It's not like I'm getting comments and I'm just not ignoring them. I read every single comment that you guys leave. So I want to make sure you know that. And that's going to be a big focus for me next year as well. And I'm going to actually be setting aside time 2 to 3 times a week. This is comment time. And that's all I'm going to do for the next 30 minutes is just answer comments. So that's something else. And then I also want to start leaving comments on videos that I'm watching as well. And then the last one is actually Instagram. I want to be posting there more often. I've gotten a little bit better about that over the past month or so. But I want to start kind of planning out my posts on Instagram and just kind of thinking about what I want to do and taking pictures regularly. And then, some of the stuff I'll put up there will be on the fly. I'll think about, oh, this would be a good Instagram post. I'll do it right now type thing. But I also will kind of want to think ahead and be like, okay, on this day I can post this. And on this day, this video is going up so I can make a post about it and do this and this. So I want to be better about Instagram and posting there more regularly because I really love that platform. I love being on it. I love interacting with people on it. So that's something I want to be better at as well. And that's it, guys. I'm not setting a crazy amount of goals for myself. I'm not going to promise myself to read a certain books or certain authors or anything. I had toyed around with that idea, but I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I want to mood read. That's what I'm doing. Keeping it very loosey-goosey. And we are just going to see where the reading year takes us. I think it'll be interesting to see what I pick up when I don't plan ahead. And I think that'll be interesting. I think the only time I might have TBRs up would be readathons, possibly. If I'm trying to, fill in prompts or something like that, I'll probably do that. And then I will have our 5-star prediction ones up every other month as well. But other than that, everything's just going to be whatever I feel like it. And I definitely am a person who I will have books call out to me. There will be books that I feel drawn to at a certain time for whatever reason. I have books that I have on my shelves and then I start hearing about them all over the place. I'm like, I bought that book 3 years ago. Why am I just now hearing everybody raving about it? I'm going to go pick it up and read it too. So I want to give myself the room to do that. And being so structured in my reading, I don't allow myself to do that. So I feel like, it's not quite as fun, if you will. So yeah, I'm going to change it up, and that's what I'm going to do next year. And I'm excited to see how it's going to go. So let me know down below if you guys are thinking about your goals for next year. Do you even set goals? Let me know that. If you do, what kind of goals are you thinking about for next year? Do you have any concentrations you're going to work on? Do you prefer the structure of reading, or do you prefer structuring out your reading the way that I have normally done? Or are you very go by the flow, just read whatever? Let me know. I'm interested. All right. That's going to be it. I'm going to be back more towards the end of the year with my goals follow-up, and end of the year. It's like a week later. Okay, so I will be back soon to let you know how my goals went in 2021. I'm giving myself a little bit more time. And then I will do a follow-up on that and let you know what I hit, if I hit any, however it's going to go. So we will see you then. All right, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.